As some of you already know, I've had severe general and health anxiety for around 5 to 6 years. It had an influence on every aspect of my life, and at its peak, I was even close to housebound and absolutely certain that I had some kind of terminal illness. I didn't see a way out, like many of you guys probably do too. I believed that I had the worst kind of anxiety, and that nobody else even came close to the things that I've had to go through. But still, here I am, fully recovered, and now even sharing my experiences with you guys, and trying to help others overcome their anxiety disorders as well. So you can really trust me on this one. Anxiety recovery is 100% possible, but I'm not going to lie, it will take some time, effort, and most importantly, dedication. In order to even start your recovery journey, I can tell you from experience that you will have to take a leap of faith. I know that many of you feel hesitant to trust the doctors and accept their diagnosis. They telling you that there is nothing physically wrong with you can seem absolutely unbelievable and outright laughable. And don't get me wrong here, getting things you worry about checked out and finding that initial reassurance is crucial and is an important first step in the right direction. But at some point, especially for us health anxiety sufferers, this constant reassurance seeking becomes kind of an addiction. We subconsciously crave that feeling of relief after getting the results. But most importantly, we believe that we need that one doctor, that one test that is absolutely 100% competent and truth revealing in order to finally accept anxiety and actually start recovering. From my experience, it doesn't work that way. There is no external factor that will bring you so much relief and in return lowers your stress levels to that extent that you are recovered. Anxiety recovery simply doesn't work that way. I've mentioned it in many of my previous videos because it's just so important to understand. Your mind will always think negatively and be very cautious of everything if you don't manage your stress and get it lowered. I wasn't able to accept anxiety and its symptoms just like that. My mind was simply too alerted, too tense, and would jump to its catastrophic thinking in an instant, and that for the most benign things. So for me, it wasn't striving and mastering acceptance first, and that eventually leading me to recovery. Definitely not. I did try that path, but like I said, it didn't work for me. My approach was close to the exact opposite. I've come to the conclusion that I've hit rock bottom, and also came to the realization that there wasn't anything left for me to do. I even felt embarrassed to keep seeing doctors, felt ashamed talking about my health scares with my family and friends. In hindsight, this might not have been the healthiest mindset, but it has enabled me to look at my anxiety from a completely different angle. I began to be more reflective over my life and what meaning it has to me. I guess many of you can relate. It's those existential fears so many of us have. Instead of letting these thoughts completely drown me, I gave them an outlet. That outlet were the goals I've set up for myself, and they were a direct result of me hitting that low point in my life. One of the main goals for me was that I wanted to become a better person and did not want to waste my life any longer. Even though I felt terrible and tired, I pushed myself to do the things I knew would bring me further in life. I actually took a quite aggressive approach to recovery. I started working out pretty much every day, ate healthy, quit smoking, quit alcohol, and even quit my job that I hated a lot. And all that I did pretty much all at the same time. I'm not going to lie here. The initial few weeks were terrible and hard. The workouts, for example, could even further fuel my anxiety, but I had that vision right in front of me, so I kept going. There were plenty of ups and downs on the way, but nevertheless, I followed my plan. And you know what? Without me even really noticing it, my anxiety started to improve. I started to acknowledge it was probably really just anxiety. Suddenly the symptoms that used to kick off my panic attacks did not seem to be bothering me that much anymore. It was like I could mentally just brush them off and sort them out as a stress symptom. I was accepting anxiety without practicing it or anything of that sort. Yes, I can imagine that this aggressive approach can seem quite daunting and off-putting, but I believe it was the right step for me. That drastic lifestyle change and the strict implementation of new and healthy habits may have been stressful in the short term, but after the initial hump and after it became a true part of my routine, I've reaped the benefits. The workouts, the early alarms, the healthy diet, the planning ahead, which cost me a lot of effort and energy at the beginning, now felt natural. They were part of my life. I've replaced my negative habits that I have developed during and before my anxiety days with positive ones. Ones that I know will have a positive effect on my mental and physical state. And it showed. Each and every day my triggers became easier to handle. I wasn't consumed by my negative thoughts any longer, but could focus more and more on improving my life. The main point I want to share with all of you is that you should never see recovery as solely tackling your anxiety issues. and strictly following some kind of predefined exercises that someone has laid out for you. Don't do breathing exercises just because you think it will help you with your stress. Don't work out just because someone has told you it will help you with your anxiety. Look at the greater picture. What do you want to achieve? What can you do that will bring you there? Write all of this down. Having this mid to long-term mindset and the greater picture in your head will take away that need for instant results. Recovering from your anxiety isn't your ultimate life goal, is it? It's the true and meaningful goals that you have that will give you the strength and energy to power through the difficult times and really build habits that will help you not only recover from anxiety, but make you a happier person. And that is the only thing that ultimately can bring you long-lasting recovery. You will need to be a better and happier person than who you were before. If you would just end up being your old self again, guess what? It would just be a matter of time and you will end up right back where you are now. It's him or her that has brought you to this point in your life. Recovering from anxiety isn't the end goal, but becoming a confident, happy and motivated person is what you want to achieve. Recovery is just a byproduct of that. It's a simple little mindset change, but it had a tremendous psychological effect on me. Thanks for watching everyone, and if you're new here and want to see more anxiety related content just like this one, consider subscribing.